Okay, in the earlier class, we were discussing about this. If you want to add an element next to the load, lumped element, okay, lumped or it can be implemented using stubs. So next to the load, we can add elements, okay, to get a impedance matching. That is called as a L matching. By adding elements in the L shape, see like this in any one of this form, okay, we can get a impedance matching. Okay. So this load ZL if not matched with the Z0 by adding elements like this, reactive elements. So this is series reactive element, another is the shunt reactive element. So by adding this series and shunt reactive elements, you can get a impedance matching. See, by if you consider alone this ZL, okay, there is no match, okay, this between this ZL and Z0. But by adding this, see like this one element we will be adding, it will change the total impedance here. Next to add one more element, okay. So by adding like this two elements, we are bringing the impedance between these two terminal equal to Z0, equal to measure the impedance between these two terminal, that becomes a Z0. Normalized impedance is a 1, Z0 divided by this Z0, that gives the 1. Normalized impedance between these two terminal equal to 1, okay. So what we are doing, by introducing this network, this is a network here, okay, by introducing this matching network, and it is a low loss. Usually there is a, we have to introduce a lossless, but practically lossless are not available. There may be a small loss, okay. So by introducing like this network between the load ZL and the transmission line, this is a transmission line, and the load in between that, we are introducing two more components like this, okay. They are connected in L shape, that gives the impedance between these two terminal equal to Z0. So automatically whenever the wave comes here, so this is a impedance change, this is a, the wave is traveling over a transmission line, this is a transmission line, wave travels like this. Whenever it comes here, if this is not there, if this matching network is not there, it feels like there is a impedance mismatch, ZL is not matched with the Z0. Automatically no power will be delivered to the load ZL, okay. But by adding like this, what we are doing, whenever the wave comes here, between these two terminal, there is a impedance equal to Z0. So automatically the wave, instead of reflecting back here, it will deliver to this network, it will be delivered to this part of the one, okay. And assuming these are very low loss, so then what happens, the maximum power will be delivered to this load ZL, okay. That is a here L matching network, okay. So that is the idea behind this one. So we should connect these two components. This is after a transmission line, not like a single stub matching. In single stub matching it is a different. So what we were doing in a single stub matching, that is different case, okay. But a transmission line, we end here, but we were traveling like this, we were traveling and we are finding a position like this, and we were connecting component either to here in the series or shunt, we were moving over a transmission line, okay. But it is not like that, okay. Next to the load we are connecting, okay. That should not, you should not forget that, okay. We are not moving over a transmission line, see like this, we are not moving over a transmission line, okay. Moving over a transmission line, so moving on VSWR circle on the Smith chart, that you should remember. See, if you once we move like this over a transmission line, that is nothing but you should move over the VSWR circle on the Smith chart, but that we are not doing in this case in L matching. We are adding these two components next to the load, okay. One in shunt, another in the series. That may be like this, first shunt element, next is a series element, or it may be like this, next to the load is a first element, this is a first element next to load, this is a load, next to load series element is there, then shunt element. Or it may be like this, first shunt or it may be series, and these two may be any either capacitor or inductor, okay. Next to the load we are inserting not at any position over a transmission line before this is the one end of our transmission line, but we are adding here, okay. You should remember that, you should not confuse with the previous single stub matching, that is a different case. Only one element we were using in single stub matching, see like this, only one matching device, okay. And we were implementing that by, it is also a capacitor or a inductor, this one we were implementing using stub like this. one element only. Okay, we are not using two elements, but here two elements like this, but next to the load. But what we were doing here, it is at some distance one element, but at some distance we are connecting, finding the position like this, so then you are connecting like this. Okay, don't confuse with this. Okay, here two elements we are using like this to make this impedance equal. Here it has a disadvantage, that's why we are moving to this kind of impedance matching. Okay, two element matching here it is called, and element may be like this. So now the thing is, based on your value ZL, what should be the value of this, and what should be this value shunt element, or it may be in this configuration based on our L value, ZL value. Okay, it may be like this, or it may be, and again here capacitor or inductor, see like this, any combination, capacitor or capacitor inductor, like this is the first series, then shunt, this is first shunt, then series. So like any combination, inductor and capacitor combinations, we can use, that depends on the load value ZL. Okay, any one of this. Okay, that gives the value, and our main intention is what should be this value, what should be this value. Okay, to make the impedance between these two. So to get a value impedance here Z0 equal to this, what should be the value of this and this, that we can easily find from the Smith chart that we were discussing in the earlier class. Okay, that is by moving over a constant resistance circle or a conductance circle, we can easily add. Okay, so normalized impedance here. So what is our intention? Between these two terminals, the impedance must become equal to Z0, or normalized impedance is equal to 1. See, normalized impedance should be 1. That is what is our intention. After adding these two components with this, what we want between these two, it should be Z0, or normalized impedance should be 1. That is what we wanted is. Okay, that we can easily do from the Smith chart. We can find out what is this value, what is this value, capacitor or inductor value, to make it normalized impedance equal to 1. To this, what we needed is, to this element go on adding like a shunt element and a series element. Finally, by adding this and this with this, should get equal to 1. So you should add this element, add this to this ZL. How to add? That we can do easily from the Smith chart. See like this, any load value, see like a load is given, and what we are doing, we are adding reactive element either in a shunt or in a series. Reactive element means capacitor or inductor. We are not adding resistive element. Okay, only reactive either capacitor or inductive. That we can do easily from the Smith chart. Given load, for example, this is a load is given. Okay, yeah, this is a point, load point we are marking on the Smith chart. See like this, we can mark it on the Smith chart. To this, what we needed, we want to add a reactive element. See like a reactive element you add. Okay, reactive element we want to add. To add a reactive element to this load value, what we have to do, either you to move over in the clockwise or anti-clockwise direction over the resistance circle on which that point is. Say our load point is on some resistance circle. This is a resistance circle. Okay, resistance circle is there, our load point. If you want to add only reactive element, if you want to add a series element like this, what you have to do, you should move from the load point, you move in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. It adds the series element like this, keeping this R value same. Okay, if you move from here, it will add the reactive element, either a capacitor or inductor. If you are series element, if you move on resistance circle, see this is the resistance circle, our load point is here. Okay, on this point 2 resistance circle, if you move upward like this, that is in the clockwise direction, that adds the inductor in series. If you move downward, that means like this, it anti-clockwise direction, from here anti-clockwise direction, it adds the capacitor in series. If you want to add a inductor in series, so from the load point you move in the clockwise direction. Okay, if you want to add a capacitor from the load point, you move in the anti-clockwise direction, it adds a capacitor. And we can find out what is the value added. For example, I want to add some inductor. What I can do, from load point, just I move. What value I can move based on our requirement, we can move. Or we will see, get a impedance matching, how to add. First we will see how to get a addition. For example, I am moving from here to here. Okay, I am moving from A to B. Okay, and the resistance circle. Series element, if you are adding like next to the load, okay, series element you are adding like this. What you can do, you can move from the load on the same resistance circle. Should not go to some other circle. Over this resistance circle on which our load point is present, move in the clockwise direction. It starts the series inductor. If you move like this, it starts the capacitor. For example, load is here. If you move anti-clockwise, it adds the capacitor. Okay, any resistance circle we can move over this circle or this circle, wherever on whichever the loads resistance circle our point lies, you should move. Okay, and for example, if I move like this, it adds the series element, and that is one. See here, I have written here. Okay, you can move our resistance circle or the moving on resistance circle adds a series element. Moving on resistance circle adds a series element. Either you move the this way or this way. Which series element it adds? Inductor in series. Okay. How to find out the value of inductor added? For example, I am here, I moved like this clockwise. It adds a series inductor, we know it adds a series inductor. But what is the value of this inductor added? If I move from here to here, that you can find out easily. You find out the reactance at a position B. Reactance at position B. That means which reactance circle is passing. You know down. See, this is a reactance circle passing. Note down the value of this reactance. Note down the value of this reactance circle, that is 0.5. Next, what is the reactance at this position? You know down. This is 0.2. Okay, 0.2 circle is passing through this. So take the difference of these two. Reactance at position B minus reactance at position A. That gives the X value. Okay, whatever it is, plus here, plus you substitute. Minus here, minus you have to substitute. Okay, here is a plus 0.5. This is plus 0.2. You take a difference 0.3. Okay, X value. That I substitute in this equation. Here, this equation. You will be getting what is the inductor value. So like moving, to move anywhere, you can calculate the, if I am moving up to here, that is a value. If I move here, whatever the value here you take. Similarly, okay, even if you are on this circle, for example here to here, if you move, take what is the reactance here, what is the reactance here, circle, reactance circle value passing through that particular coil. Okay, like that you can find out the inductor. So what is this I am showing here? This is the moving on resistance circle in the clockwise direction adds the inductor in series. Okay, similarly if you move in the anti-clockwise from the load, for example this is a load point, it is on 0.5 circle. Okay, if I want to add a series capacitor like this, series capacitor next to the load, I want to add a capacitor. What I can do from here? From here you move in the anti-clockwise direction from the load point and the resistance circle only. Should not go to some other point, or should not move like this over the reactance circle. You should move on the resistance circle. See, from the load point you move on the resistance circle up to point B. For example, I am moving. Okay, it adds the series capacitor like this. Okay, moving on resistance circle, adds capacitive reactive element in series on resistance. This is resistance circle, adds capacitor moving on anti-clockwise direction. What is the value of capacitor added? That you can find out wherever you stopped and wherever you started. You started at A and ended at B. You take a value of reactance at B. What is the reactance at B? You see the reactance circle. Which reactance circle? Minus 0.2 circle is passing. So B value is minus 0.2. And what is the value of reactance at A? This is plus 0.2. Plus 0.2. You take a plus 0.2. This is minus 0.2. Minus 0.2, minus 0.2, minus 0.4. Answer is that you should substitute here. We will be getting the value of capacitor. Omega is a operating frequency. Z0, they will be providing this Z0. Okay, so like C value we can easily find out from the Smith chart. Okay, easily we can find out from the Smith chart. Okay, this is needed for impedance matching. First we will learn how to find the capacitor value and the inductor value if you move over a resistance circle. We will do it like this movement, okay, on the Smith chart. So once we do this movement, how to find the capacitor value and inductor value, that we are studying now, how to find out that. Okay, so if you move on resistance circle from the load point or any point, from the point or load point or any point, if you move in the anti-clockwise direction, it adds the capacitor in series. Find out the value of this. Similarly, from the load point you move in the anti-clockwise direction. Not only load, you can move from anywhere, from one point to another point on the Smith chart. If you move on resistance circle, for example, any point from here to here I move, it adds series reactance to the previous value. That's all. Okay, see like this. So this is series element. What is the value? This is a way of finding. Okay, series element, we are finding a reactance value and calculating the value of L and C. So if you move on resistance circle, series element will be added like this. It may be inductor or a capacitor like this. You can find out the value of C and L using this equation and this equation. Okay, this is the way of finding. Okay, this is a summary I have written. For the two. This one and this one, summary I have written in the one. So moving on, constant resistance circle. In the clockwise direction, adds inductor as series element. See, it adds a inductor in the series element. Clockwise direction, moving clockwise direction, adds a inductor in series element. Anti-clockwise direction, adds a capacitor in series. Those values you can find out using this reactance X. You should find out X. Okay. After finding X, I told already, substitute that in this equation or in this equation, you will be getting the value of this or this. Okay, whatever the value. Hello, audible? Hello, audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is moving on resistance circle. Similarly, here moving on conductance circle adds a shunt element. Moving on conductance circle adds a shunt element. So like these are the conductance circle. They are there on the Smith chart. We know them. Okay. These are the conductance circles and the values are written here. Conductance circle values are written. So if you move on conductance circle, this circle from any point to any point, say from A to B, I am moving over a conductance circle. Okay, that adds the shunt element like this. It adds a shunt element. I can move either in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. That adds the shunt element like this. Okay, so now moving on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. See like this, A to B. This is the anti-clockwise direction movement. A to B, I am moving on a conductance circle. This is a conductance circle. Okay, that dotted line circles are there on the Smith chart. They are conductance circles. Like if you move, okay, A to B, it adds the shunt element as a inductor as a shunt element, and that value you can find out what is the inductor value using this equation. Okay, that is a B value is needed, susceptance value is needed. Okay, so what we are doing, we are moving on conductance circle, see like A to B. By moving like this, susceptance value changes. We should know on shunt element. Shunt element means we are adding the susceptance value, not the reactance. See in the previous reactance here on the resistance circle, series element means reactance. Here what we are doing, shunt element. Here it adds the shunt element and susceptance you should note down. Okay. So what is the susceptance at A? What is the susceptance at B? You should note down. See like this. Susceptance circle passing. You note down the susceptance circle value passing at B. Susceptance circle passing through the point A. See this is a susceptance circle. This is a conductance circle. Susceptance circles are this and this. Okay. Note down the susceptance circle value. This is a 2. Okay. Similarly, susceptance circle value 1 here written outside. See 1. It is written outside. You should note down this susceptance B value. And susceptance value at A is 2 here. Take a difference of those two. Susceptance at B, susceptance at A. You will be getting the B value. That you substitute here. See, if it is a plus, you should take a plus value. Plus 1, plus 2 here. Minus, you should take a minus value. If you are outside, see, per part. If you are moving like this, if you move like this is A, this is B. Then minus 0.5, minus 1. Like that you should take negative value. Because you are lower part of the one, these values are, susceptance values are positive. So it is plus 1, this is plus 2. that should take sign also, should not forget to take a sign. Okay, that one you have to take. See, like this here, this is a minus 0.2 because reactance is negative in the lower part, so you should be minus 2, you should take, not plus 2. Plus 2 is here, you see this is a plus 2. Okay, like that. Here also should not confuse, should not take only the magnitude, should consider sign of the one also, susceptance. This is plus, this is plus 2, you should take, and take 1, you will be getting a value of B, that you substitute here, you will be getting the value of inductor here. Okay, that is moving on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. We are moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Arts the inductor. You should not forget these things. 4 movements. On the conductance circle, 2 type of movement, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Similarly, on the resistance circle, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay. Here, anti-clockwise adds the shunt element inductor. Okay. There, anti-clockwise adds the capacitor in series in the resistance circle. Don't confuse here. Okay. You should be, you should remember. Okay. On which circle you are moving, on which direction you are moving. Okay. So anti-clockwise adds the inductor, you can calculate like this, value of inductor. Similarly, if you move on the conductance circle in the clockwise direction, see this is our load point is here. Okay, through that load point conductance circle is passing, see like this, this is a conductance circle. Okay, that conductance circle, what we are doing, we are moving over a conductance circle in the anti-clockwise, sorry, clockwise direction. See like this, A to B, this is a clockwise direction. Okay, if you move clockwise from one point to another point on the conductance circle, that adds capacitor in shunt. See like this, capacitor in shunt. Okay, its value you can find out using this equation. Okay, for that B value you can calculate susceptance at B, susceptance at A. See like this, this is the susceptance circle passing, we note down this value. Similarly, through B, you note down the susceptance circle value, whatever it is. Whatever may be the position of this A, it may be here, anywhere over the Smith chart on the conductance circle. Okay, that value you should take and take a value. So this is gives the capacitance value. So like that, in doing impedance matching, okay, this is a procedure. So doing impedance matching, we are moving like this, over a conductance circle we move, or the resistance circle. See like this, we move over resistance circles or on the conductance circles like this. So on which circle you are moving and in which direction you are moving, based on that you should add the element, you should write the figure. Okay, I am moving from A to B, which element added in this direction, capacitor, I should write this value. Next, from here I may move somewhere. Okay, that element you have to write. Okay, okay, we will see the movement next. Okay, this is a way identifying the which element we are adding and what is the value of that element. We can find out like this through this procedure. This is a summary. Moving on, conductance circle in the clockwise direction adds capacitor in series. See like this, sorry, shunt, and its value is given by this equation. Moving anti-clockwise adds the inductor. See, moving anti-clockwise adds inductor, its value is like calculated like this. B value, moving on conductance circle always adds a B. You should find out a susceptance values. Okay, B value you can find out using this equation. Okay, this is a summary. Moving on conductance circles, either in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise, you can find out the element values like this. Okay, so this is about moving on conductance circle or the resistance circle. Next we will see, okay, you have to identify on which circle we are supposed to move. Okay, we will see the, for example, our load point is here. Okay, audible? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See here, our load point is here, some point here. Okay. I told moving on resistance circle, moving on conductance circle. Okay, from the point A, from the point A, you can move in the move on the resistance circle or a conductance circle. So you should find out conductance circles and resistance circle passing through this. See what we studied here. We are moving on conductance circle. It may be in the clockwise or anti-clockwise. We studied it. Similarly, moving on resistance circle, we studied. Okay. But you should find out resistance circle and a conductance circle passing through our point. You see here, this is the point. For example, load A. Okay, I took some load A. This is a point. You should identify which resistance circle is passing through this point. See, like this. This is a resistance circle. This is a resistance circle passing through our point. I can move over this circle from here. I can move like this in the clockwise direction, or I can move like this on the anti-clockwise direction. First you identify which conductance circle and which resistance circles are passing through our point. This is a point. I am starting at some point, it may be load, okay, as I am load point. From this point I am moving. I can move only over resistance circle like this, or conductance circle. See, this is a conductance, data circle is there. This is a conductance circle. For conductance circle value, it is a 0.4. Okay, see like this. This is a conductance circle passing through our point. This is our point through this. This is a conductance circle. This is also conductance circle, but it is not passing through our point. This conductance circle. And similarly, this is a conductance circle. This circle is not passing, only this circle. Okay, this is a circle passing through our point. Okay, so this is a 0.4 circle, conductance value written here, passing through our point. So we can move over this. Either you can move in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. See, if you move like this, this is anti-clockwise direction move, and we can stop anywhere over this based on your requirement. We will see how to move that. Okay, but first you identify that. Are you moving on resistance circle or a conductance circle? See, like this, we can move in the clockwise direction also. Another, that is conductance circle. Okay, you should not move some other circle, whichever the circle passes through our point. This is a point, it moves like this, conductance circle, so you can move. Or resistance circle, see like this, this is the resistance circle passing through our point. One R is equal to 1 circle is passing. You can move in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction, like this, from here, like this, or like this. 4 movements you can move. Either you can move clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, or either you can move over this in this way. Okay, based on your requirement. Okay, the what I can do, I like this, identify first. Like this, you should identify the circles, resistance circle and conductance circle first, passing through our point. Next, you should decide on which direction you should move. To move in the clockwise direction like this, or in the anti-clockwise direction. Where to, up to what value we have to move. Okay, that you should decide here. Okay, so based, for example, I want to make a, I want to add some component to this. By adding component to this, what I want to make a impedance equal to 1. Impedance equal to 1, I want to do that. Okay, for example, some point I am here. By adding some component, impedance should become 1. Where is the impedance 1 on the Smith chart? Impedance equal to Z is equal to 1. Where is that point? Z value, it is 1 plus 1.2. Where is the value? Z is equal to 1. See, this is a center point of the Smith chart, where Z is equal to 1 here, resides here. Z is equal to 1 means it is a impedance match, actually, impedance matching. Okay, reactance is 0, normalized value is 1. So, that is an impedance match. Okay, so what actually I have to do, from wherever I am, okay, I should move to the center of the Smith chart to get the impedance matching. Okay, so I am here. Okay, this is a point. You move on resistance circle or conductance circle, see like this. But what is our intention? Should reach the B. See now, see point B is somewhere here. This is on resistance R is equal to 1 circle point. I am moving, I should move only over R circle or a G circle. I cannot move on, see, susceptance circle, we should not move. We should not move on susceptance circle. See like this, or a reactance circle or a susceptance circles. don't confuse. From here you should move only on resistance circle or conductance circle. Don't move on a reactance circle like this or susceptance circle like this. Don't go like this on susceptance circle or reactance circle like this. Okay, you should only either this resistance conductance circle or this resistance circle. So if I want to reach 1 here, what I can do? If I go like this, I can move like this. Okay, from here I can move like this, but I could not reach r is equal to 1 point, z is equal to 1 point. If I go like this, I will be end here. Okay, I am not reaching. And from here, if I go like this on the conductance circle, I am not going to reach this point. If I move like this, I am not reaching this point. So only the option is from here I can move like this over the from here r is equal to 1 circle I can reach here, center of the Smith chart, z is equal to 1. So from A you move from like this. Okay, from here we move like this. What I reached here, stop here. Okay, so what I did from load point, see this is the load point here. From the load point, I moved in the anti-clockwise direction on the resistance circle. On the resistance circle, I moved to the center of the Smith chart here. Okay, what element added? You can easily come to know now. I am moving on resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. Which element added? Capacitor in series. That we already saw. Okay, moving on resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction adds capacitor in series. Okay, see like this. Moving on resistance circle, this is a resistance circle, moving on resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. It may be anywhere that point, circle, resistance circle. Okay, if you move in this anti-clockwise, that adds the capacitor in series. So here our point is here we are moving anti-clockwise direction on the resistance circle. This resistance circle may be any value. So from here to here I moved. Okay, I reached, I wanted z is equal to 1 point. So I moved up to z is equal to 1. So this is a normalized value, z is equal to 1 point. So I moved up to this. From here to here I reached. So you can easily find out it is a capacitor added. What is the value of this capacitor? You can find out from this equation. See this equation I have given. Series element added. What is the capacitor value? You can use this equation. Reactance at B, reactance at B. What is the reactance at B? What is the reactance at A? You should take. Okay. What is the reactance at B? That is x value is 0 here. See, this is a horizontal line. You already know that x value is 0. So put a 0 value. What is the reactance at A? Reactance at A. This is a reactance circle passing through the point A. You should know down. See, this is a reactance circle. 1.2 reactance circle value at A. A reactance value circle is 1.2. So you put a 1.2. Okay, minus 1. This is plus 1.2. Plus 1.2 reactance circle value. Plus 1.2. So it is a plus 1.2, minus sign is there here. So it is minus 1.2. 0 minus 1.2. So the answer is x value is minus 1.2. That you substitute here. Okay, I have not done that simplification. You put that value. And take a frequency, it may be 1 gigahertz for example, get the value of C. What is the value added? So by adding that, see, load is there, some load, it is what is 100 plus J120, characteristic impedance is 100 ohm, characteristic impedance is 100 ohm here. Okay, I want to add some element here, okay, to make a impedance between these two equal to 1, What I did, I marked it on the Smith chart. See, it is on this circle. Okay, I moved like this and I reached here. So this movement on the Smith chart adds a capacitor like this. I found out what is a capacitor. Now the impedance adding to this element, the impedance becomes 1 here. Impedance is equal to 1. So we were previously having some value of impedance. To that we added by moving like this, capacitor like this. We got a impedance is equal to 1, final position. So at here the impedance is B. So this gets added with this, or this element get added with this. So finally the impedance ZB becomes 1. At B it is impedance is 1. Okay. So like that. So this is moving. You can get like this. So here easily we reached, because you see here our point is on how do we reach this position? R is equal to center of the Smith chart. See, the center of the Smith chart, only two circles are passing. One is the R is equal to one circle. See, this is a point. R is equal to one circle passing. R G is equal to one circle is passing through this point. So to reach this point, to reach this impedance match means you should reach this position. You should be on the R is equal to one circle. See, like R is equal to one circle. This is R is equal to one circle. If you are on the R is equal to one circle, you can reach center of the Smith chart. Either you may be here, you can reach like this. You can move like this over this and reach this position. Or if the point is on G is equal to one circle. See, this is G is equal to one circle, conductance circle. If you are on this circle, see like this, we can move and reach here. Okay, but not on this. See, if you are on this circle, can we move this point? We cannot move. If you are on this resistance circle, we cannot. You should be on the R is equal to one circle like this. We can reach here. R G is equal to one circle. You can move the one, because we should move only on resistance circle or a conductance circle. Okay, only G is equal to one circle. See, like G is equal to one circle that is passing through R is this impedance point, center of the Smith chart. Similarly, R is equal to one circle passing through center of the Smith chart. So if you are on the R is equal to one circle or G is equal to one circle, you can, by moving only once. See, if you are here, you can move like this. On the conductance circle, moving in the clockwise direction, you can reach here. Or if the point is here, you can move like this and reach the one. Okay, or in the similarly, if you are anywhere over this resistance circle, for example, I am here, I can move and reach here. From here, I can move and reach here. Even a point is here. Point is here, we moved like this. Even the point is here, we can move and reach here. This is anti-clockwise. It adds a series inductor if you are here. If you move like this, it adds the series inductor. So, first thing is, you should be on the G is equal to one circle or R is equal to one circle to reach the center of the Smith chart. Okay, first you should come to here. If the load is here, no problem. Only one element like this we can add to get the impedance match. See, if the load point is on the R is equal to one circle. See here, like this is R is equal to one circle. Load is on the R is equal to one circle. Because here is 100 ohm. This is 100 ohm character. But some reactance is there. You should cancel this. Only that is the thing. Because already resistance is in the same as the characteristic impedance. So our point, load point is R is equal to one circle. See, like this, R is equal to one circle. Load point is already on the R is equal to one circle. So from here to here, center of the Smith chart, we easily moved, and only one component is needed like this to get a impedance matching. If a element is on the R is equal to one circle, or G is equal to one circle also. See, like this. This is another example. In this problem, load is given. Some load is given. What is the load? 10 plus J 200. 20. Sorry, this is not 200. 20 here. Okay. Okay. 20 here. 10 plus J 20. It is a 50 ohm. 0.2 and 0.4. Okay. That load is here. Okay. Again, I added a mistake. This is minus. Okay, so this is a one is given, load is given. What is this load here? ZA and normalized load E equal to 0.2, 0.4 is given. Mark this load on the Smith chart. Say I marked this on the Smith chart here. This is a point. Okay, this is a point. 0.2 minus 0.2. Okay. So this we mark 0.2 circle, R is equal to 0.2 circle. Where is the R is equal to 0.2 circle? See, this is the R is equal to 0.2 circle. Load is given, R is equal to 0.2 circle. Okay, that is passing through here. Okay, and what is a minus 0.4? X is equal to minus 0.4. What is x is equal to minus 0.4 here? See, this is a reactant circle. X is equal to 0.4. They are intersecting here. So I marked here. I marked the one. I marked here. See here. 0.4 reactant circle. 0.4 reactant circle. And resistance is a 0.2. They are intersecting here. I marked load here. Okay. After load marked. Okay. Once we mark the load, what we next to do? You should identify resistance circle passing through this point and a conductance circle passing through this point. Okay, after marking load, okay, we marked a load here. Okay, point A, load point. After that, what we have to do? You should see conductance circle and resistance circle passing through this point, because we should move on resistance circle or a conductance circle passing through this point. Okay, which resistance circle is passing? 0.2 resistance circle. We know 0.2 resistance circle is passing like this. Okay, and which conductance circle is passing? You see, this is a conductance circle passing through the point. This is the conductance circle. Its value is 1. Conductance value is 1 passing through our point. This is a point we marked. Through that conductance circle passing is 1, G is equal to 1 circle. This is 1.2, G is equal to 1.2 circle. This is some other value, 0.9, 0.8, okay, 0.7, this is 0.7 conductance circle. This is 0.9 conductance circle. This is 1 conductance circle passing. So in this problem what happened? Our point is on G is equal to 1 circle. See, on G is equal to 1 circle. So what I can do? I can move from here to here. It reaches the center of the Smith chart easily, because already our point is on G is equal to 1 circle. This is a G is equal to 1 circle. G is equal to 1 circle. Our point is on the G is equal to 1 circle. So you move on G is equal to 1 circle like this. Okay, conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. We will be reaching center of the Smith chart here. See, from here we can move on resistance circle also. See the resistance circle. Which resistance circle is passing? This is a 0.2. 0.2 resistance circle. 0.2 written here. 0.2. 0.2 resistance circle is passing through our point. But if I move, okay, like this from here, if I move on the resistance circle, I do not reach the center of the Smith chart. It is going somewhere. You see, it is going like this. And even I move in the clockwise direction, it is going like this. It is not reaching the center of the Smith chart. So what I should see next? I should move on the conductance circle passing through this point. I will see, okay, which conductance circle. You see like this. If I move in the anti-clockwise direction, I am not reaching this point. Okay, but if I move in the anti-clockwise direction, I will reach the center of the Smith chart. This point. This is an impedance match. From here to here, I should move. Okay, so our load is given. Okay, I marked load and identified the resistance circle like this and conductance circle like this, and standing on this I decided I should move like this. I will reach the center of the Smith chart. Okay, so I moved on conductance circle. G is equal to 1 circle in the anti-clockwise direction. So we are moving on conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. Which element added? Inductor in shunt. Inductor in shunt added. What is the value of this inductor? That we can calculate using this equation. This is the equation that needs a B value, B, susceptance value. For that what you have to do? So from through this point, from here. So we moved from here to here. You read what is the susceptance here? What is the susceptance here? What is the susceptance here? Which susceptance circle passing through this point? You know, susceptance at this position. Susceptance at this position is needed. Susceptance at B, susceptance at A. What is the susceptance at B? See here. Actually, this is a B is equal to 0 circle here. X 0 and B 0s are here. Here B 0 circle passing. Susceptance at B is 0. But what is the susceptance at A? You see which susceptance circle. See, this is a susceptance circle passing. This is the susceptance circle passing. This is not passing. This is a susceptance. It is not passing. This is a one not passing. Only passing is this one. What is the value What is the return number outside? This is a circle. Outside is pop. This is 2. 2 circle. 2. Susceptance value is 2. If this is reactance circle value, don't read. Okay, this is outside our susceptance circle. Susceptance circle passing is 0.2 circle. So I took a 2. But what is the value of that 2 plus 2 plus 2? So it is minus is there, and susceptance value is a plus 2. Okay, this value. Also it is a minus 2. 0 here. B at B susceptance value is 0 here. Okay, B value is 0. But susceptance at A is plus 2. So it becomes minus 2. Okay, the answer is minus 2. So that you substitute here. You will be getting the value of N. Okay, so like that you can find out. Okay, now in this problem, see, in this problem load is on the G is equal to 1 circle. So we found the path like this. We should move in the anti-clockwise direction on the conductance circle to reach this point. I should not move on resistance circle like this, because it doesn't go to center of the Smith chart. Even I should not go in the clockwise direction also on the resistance circle. It doesn't take to here. Okay, what I decided here, I should move, and also I should move in the clockwise. I do not reach here, so I moved here in this direction and reached. And which element ordered? This is the inductor I got. Okay, so in this problem the point is on the G is equal to 1 circle, not on R is equal to 1 circle. But in the previous problem here, in this problem the load is like this, 1 plus 1.2. So this is a R is equal to 1 circle. Okay, and x is equal to 1.2. See, this is x is equal to 1 point. Our point is on the R is equal to 1 circle. So from here I identified conductance circle and resistance. This is a conductance circle and this is a resistance circle. But if I move on conductance circle, I could not reach the center of the Smith chart. Even I move clockwise or anti-clockwise, I should move on the resistance circle from here. In the anti-clockwise, then only I will reach this point. So I moved from here to here in the anti-clockwise. Okay, not in the clockwise. Based on your load point, you should first identify the conductance and resistance circle and decide in which direction. Here it is easy to get a one point, reach this point, because our point, load point is in already on the R is equal to 1 circle here. Okay, you can reach. But if you are not on R is equal to 1 circle, or G is equal to 1 circle, you cannot reach this point. See, like this. If you somewhere here, we cannot reach this point. You see, for example, I am on this circle, I could not reach. Okay, so if a load point is only here, see, like, audible? Hello, is it audible? Hello, audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. For example, if I am here, see here, this is the point. See, for example, if the load point is here, for example, load point here, can I reach the center of the Smith chart? See, from here, see, you can identify here resistance circle and conductance circle passing through this point. This is the point. See, this is the resistance. For example, our load is somewhere here. This is the resistance circle passing through our point. And what is the susceptance circle? Something like this. This is a susceptance circle passing. Okay, little bit away from here. This is a susceptance circle. Okay, select this passing. But now you see, okay, instead of here, I will take this point to here. See here, if the point is here, for example, our load point, instead of here on the R is equal to 1 circle, it is already. So we easily moved from here to here. But you see here in this case, our point is somewhere here. Here, in which circle you should move to reach this point? See, identify first G circle. This is a G circle. 0.4 circle is passing. Okay, 0.4 circle, same circle. G circle, same 0.4 circle is passing. But R circle, you see, This is the R circle. This is a R circle. It is 1.7. R circle is 1.7. This is a R circle passing through our point. What we can do, either you can move like this on the resistance circle, or in this anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise you can move, or a clockwise like this. Similarly, I can move like this. I can move like this. But you see here, if I move like this, I cannot reach a R is equal to the center of the Smith chart. This is I should reach this, but if I move like this, I do not reach center of the Smith chart. Even I move like this, I do not reach center of the Smith chart. Similarly, if I move like this, I do not reach center. If I move like this, I do not reach center of the Smith chart. Similarly, even I move, I do not reach center of the Smith chart. If the point is like this, okay, like this, I move over this, or in the clockwise direction, in the clockwise or in the anti-clockwise on the resistance circle, I do not reach. Even I move on conductance circle, I do not reach center of the Smith chart. Okay, if the point is like this, okay. But if the point is on the R circle, see, R is equal to one circle. This is R is equal to, load point is R is equal to one circle. So I can move easily from here, because this circle R is equal to one circle, that is passing through our final point also, center of the Smith chart. Okay. So even so our point, load point is needed either on the R circle or on the G circle. Okay, then I can reach easily by adding one element. Say I can add only one element like this. I can get a impedance match. Either I can move like this, or if the point is like this, I can reach. By adding one element, you can get a impedance matching. If a load point is on the R is equal to one circle like this, or G is equal to one circle, I can get a impedance match by adding single element like this. Okay. But if the load is somewhere like this, somewhere like this, what I have to do, I needed two elements for impedance matching. Okay, one element you should add like this, and one more element you should get. So that is, for example, this itself, this is a one, this problem itself, this is a point. Okay, what I can do from the load point, from the load, for example, this is a load point. What I have to do from the load point, first I should reach the R is equal to one circle like this. Then here you move like this. First you should move like this to the R is equal to one circle. Or okay, in the clockwise you move, or in the anti-clockwise. See, like this also you can move in the clockwise direction. So center from load point you move to the R is equal to one circle from here. If I move, I can move over a resistance circle like this, okay, or conductance circle like this, conductance circle. First reach the R is equal to one circle from our load point. If the load point is like this, okay, what happened here, even I go like this, I like this, I could not reach the center of the Smith chart. So what is the, you should see the path, in which path I have. So here two elements are needed. First you should reach the R is equal to one circle. R is equal to one circle like this. Moving on, either a resistance circle or conductance circle. So start from here, load point, wherever it is. What you should do, you move on either conductance circle like this, or resistance circle like this, resistance circle like this. Reach the R is equal to one circle, or G is equal to one circle, that also you can do. Whichever little smaller path that you can follow. Okay. So what we can do from load is like this. First, if it is not on R is equal to one circle or G is equal, it is not on this circle or also this circle. So in such a case, what we have to do, from this point, move either over a resistance circle like this or conductance circle like this. Okay, reach the nearest G is equal to one circle or R is equal to one circle. Okay, so what I am doing from here, I am moving like this. On the conductance circle I am moving, and I am reaching R is equal to one circle like this. From here I will move like this. Okay, so moving here to here, add one element that you should say add, and next from here to here you have to move. Okay, one example we have like this. See, this is the example what I have done. Okay, so in this example, this is the one. Hello, audible? Hello. Okay, we will see it in the next class. Hello, audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay. To how to if the load is not on the R is equal to one circle or G is equal to one circle, okay. How to do the how to add two elements are needed. Okay, in such a case, if a load is on the G is equal to one circle or R is equal to one circle, one element is enough to get the impedance match. Okay, moving from our point over the R circle to the center of the Smith chart, or G circle to the center of the Smith chart, only one moment is needed. Okay, one element is enough. But if the point load point is other than G is equal to one circle or R is equal to one circle, two elements are needed. Okay, that we will see in the next class. Okay, I